For now, let's cross over to Parliament, where the sugar scandal is still being probed by the committee. Speaking right now, I think it's the KEBS, but Moses Ikiara is currently before that committee explaining there've been allegations that they are to blame for letting in contraband sugar into the country. Let's listen in.
Which is a code of hygiene practice for the transport of food in bulk and some packed food. It involves confirming whether the vessel or container is suitable for carrying the sugar, and it looks at at least 3 items. Number one, it is for the last 3 voyages, the last 3 voyages of the vessel or the container, what type of goods were carried in that vessel or container. Secondly, it looks at the type of material on the surface of the walls of the arches, or including the paints. So they look at the type of paints and the type of material used on the surface. Item number 3, presence of rocks and the seals. Look at whether they are rocks and they are seals. The output of the inspection, this inspection of the vessel, is what is called a vessel's health certificate. Vessel's health certificate. And we have provided copies of the health certificates have been provided as examples, especially for the MVS, IVS Tembe, which was used to import raw sugar coming to West Kenya Sugar Company. So that's vessel. The second area that is involved assessed by the agents is the consignment, inspection, and the certification. The consignment itself now. It does sugar testing. It's tested by an accredited laboratory based on the relevant standard. And then there's also roading inspection. How the roading is done is inspected to confirm quantities and the quality. Then the round item, so we have looked at the vessel, we have looked at the sugar itself, the consignment, and then we do round as a local inspection. The basis or criteria for release of sugar at the port of entry is a COC, Certificate of Conformity. Consignments with COCs are released normally. Sugar accompanied by COC is optionally sampled and tested if it has a COC. And the testing is based on the relevant standards. Consignment imported by West Kenya and Sukari Sugar was sampled at the port of entry, and the test results have been provided. The sugar was also cleared by the Port Health Authority, and a copy of the Port Health certificates has been provided. The fourth area that is tested is the low sugar cleared, or the area sugar cleared by KEBS for refining or milling. 4 companies, Sukari Industries Limited, West Kenya Sugar Company Limited, Amnav Limited, and Menengai Oil Refineries Limited, applied to the Bureau of Standards and were granted authority to import bulk sugar for milling in their factories. The following documentation helps to demonstrate that in the case of this sugar, the following process was adhered to. The AFA license, the vessel inspection license, certificate of conformity, or those consignments have those documentation. So that is the first item about importation of import inspection. I have taken you members through the process we take, and if there are questions, we'll be able to provide more clarification as we proceed. The second area is product certification at the factory level. So what happens at the factory level? KEBS implements product certification schemes guided by ISO 17065, 2012 which is conformity assessment, requirement from bodies certifying products, processes, and services. These certification schemes are provided for under the Standards Act. And currently, KEBS runs 2 certification schemes, the Standardization Mark, SM, and the Diamond Mark, DM. KEBS undertakes the following activities which form the key requirements for the product certification at the factory level. The first part is what is called initial inspection of the production system to check conformity to statutory requirements as well as relevant manufacturing codes or practice. So initial inspection to look at the manufacturing process itself. Then sampling and product testing to check compliance with the relevant Kenya standards for approved specifications. The third item, we also look at the, we develop and design with the manufacturer the scheme of quality supervision and the control for production process. So there's pre-inspection, we look at the sampling of the products and also develop and design with the manufacturer the quality supervision and the control for production processes. And the 4 area, check the testing and control in the laboratory, in the factory. It is KEBS undertakes surveillance of factories and the sampling for testing after certification to ensure that the factory continues to adhere to the processes that have been ascertained previously. So those are the 4 controls KEBS does at the factory level. We come now to market surveillance, which is the round item that the Honorable House, this House requests to look at. KEBS implements market surveillance plans which are developed at the beginning of the year. So every year we develop a plan to say this is the surveillance we'll do. Some of it also comes from a customer, feedback from the stakeholders when they feel something is suspicious. And the KEBS is present in 7 regions. That is Nairobi, Mombasa, Mount Kenya region, that's Nyeri and the Meru, Northeastern, at least in Garissa, South Rift, that's Nakuru, North Rift in Eldoret, Lake region in Kisumu, and it's also present in 14 entry points. 14 entry points. The market surveillance activities cover all counties. So even though we are present in all those areas I mentioned, the surveillance work covers all counties and they are coordinated by the nearest office. And the market surveillance covers all products, not just sugar, and it's done through risk assessment. So we're able to do risk assessment based on feedback and the other research to see the areas of focus for the market surveillance. And then goods that are not compliant, they are seized and destroyed. So I've finished, Honorable Chair, with the market surveillance. The 4th item is the warehouses where products are stored. KEBS' responsibility is to clear goods that comply with the standards at the entry points. So we make sure goods are coming in, adhere to the standards. It is a responsibility of every business entity to ensure that food stored in a warehouse that is suitable. The regulations for warehouses for food storage are provided for under Public Health Act, Chapter 242, Laws of Kenya. And if you look at pages 56 and 57 of that act, it shows you the responsibility and how it should be done. Public Health Act. As I finish, Chairman, Honorable Chairman, regarding the test results, the exercise is ongoing, and we are looking forward to the finalization and release of the results. This Honorable Chairman and Honorable House has been affected by the fact that for the people who have signatory rights in the agency have not been in office, but now have been appointed, and this is a matter we are prioritizing to make sure we buy consumables and other things required to clear up the work in the laboratories. Sorry, Chairman, this is what I submit.